Go ahead.
If I have the privilege to ask the question from Senator, I would like to say, people know you, on a lighter note, people know you for your interest in wearing native dress, particularly Ankara, which has given you the name Babala Ankara. How come about that?
Well, what I know is that Yoruba people say, Aswala Kwale Yanda, and that if it is convenient for me, I should wear it. Particularly, I was actually taken aback when at the time I was knacking tie, silk suit, silk tie, silk shirt, ballet shoes. Then it was the time our former president, Oladoja, was in government. So we now went to Cotonou. He was wearing a Sankara, and I remember that the then president of Cotonou, what's his name again? Kereku, remarked that look at the president from the biggest and richest country in this region. He said, look at what he's wearing. You people are wearing imported laces. I mean, and that you are wasting your money. Whereas the man who has a lot of money is not wasting it. So from then I decided that yes, if it is true that I should not call it and that, then we should be able to wear it. And at that time, it was mainly manufactured in Nigeria. I don't know where they are still manufacturing some in Nigeria, but not all. So it was very easy for me. So just find that for me, just need to dress clean, not dress expensively. It's not just convenient for me. Just find that it's convenient.
I asked that question because we know you to be a billionaire.
What is that? What does that mean?
A billionaire, a wealthy man.
Do you think I have a billionaire in my accounts?
Assets?
Okay,
shipping?
Yes, if it's inside. You see, there are certain things that don't really make so much sense to me. I can't sleep in 2 rooms, for example. If I want to eat, I don't see myself eating. Because you are rich, you eat 5 kilos of amala. You can't do that. So I think you should do everything in moderation. If you have money, you should use it to bring other people up. You should use it to create opportunities for other people so that they can also become rich. That is more that's the way I look at life than that's the way I look at life than planting it to say this is don't worry, they are my geese. They just they don't know why you are here. That's why they are complaining. So I feel that it's not a reason for you to be extravagant. It's not a reason for you to be extravagant or for you to misbehave or for you to take what you don't need. God has created everything for all of us to use. So we should use it whatever we have judiciously, whatever God has created, whatever God has made available to us, we should use it judiciously. I believe that that is one of the things why I like to use in moderation.
My colleagues would have questions for you, maybe on your person, but I want to take you away from your person. Recently, the Accord Party, of which you are a national leader.
Accord, not Accord Party.
Accord.
Yes, we used to call it party,
just Accord.
Yes.
Did its registration of members recently. Can you update us on how that exercise went?
It went very well. I mean, what we really don't know is whether most of the people that are registering actually wanted to register for a party, or they thought that we are doing INEC, because we have, in some cases, we have up to 10,000 people in one ward. So we, particularly Ward 12, in the Southwest. So there's actually no place where we don't have at least 1,000 or 2,000 people. So we are wondering whether people really love our party to that extent, or they thought that they were registering for election. But the eagerness is in them to register. So it was a successful outing. We had to rush to print more cards because we were expecting a few thousand people. But we came more than 1 million people registered.
More than 1 million people.
Yeah, about 1 million people.
Across the state.
About the state, yeah.
Your Excellency, before we go into our other edition, we just want us to look at the national, the two things are politically at the national level. You are a founding father of the Women People's Democratic Party,
Yeah.
and you would agree with me that things are on a daily basis falling apart in that party. This is the party you have left now, close to today. Do you see it coming?
Well, something must happen. The way PDP was doing, something must happen. You see, when we founded PDP, the intention was to make it a popular party, a party of all of us. But along the line, since 1999, I think, 1999, the party was hijacked when we failed to get a good chairman in. At that time, all of us felt that the best chairman would have been Sunday Awodiye. But somehow, we could not get him in. I think the mother came in. And then the former president became the absolute leader of the party, because it was not in our original constitution that the president was going to be the leader of the party. So the constitution was amended to make the leader of the party the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, if it belonged to the party. And in the states, the governors became the leaders of the party. So there was not a way you could distinguish between governance and party. Whereas our intention was to have a party that will control government, not a government that will control party. So by and large, we trod on. And again, the party, when you have somebody with absolute power, people say that absolute power corrupts absolutely. So the party forgot the reason why they are even there. The reason why the party was founded was that we wanted to serve the people. And the people had confidence in what we told them that we were going to serve them. But no sooner that we got there, we discovered that in most cases we became the masters of the people who elected us. We ignored them. We were so much engrossed in our own internal rift, our own internal quest for power. And it was not very visible in the first term of Supervision. But the second term became more visible. That it's no more important that the same party controlled the executive and the legislature. In other democracies, the party will defend its own. Look at the last debacle in the United States of America. The Democrats stood behind their president, and that even led to the closure of the government for some time. While the Republicans also said, no, this is what we wanted. So, but here is who controls the government, who controls the cost. That is more important than the people that elected us. Because the case of my own impeachment, it was not, we didn't say that was a bad governor. It was not so. So the fact that Oladoja did not want to go a line that is placed for him. And I don't see the difference between my own impeachment and Amishi's travail now. So, and I can assure you that since this problem started in River State, I don't believe that there was governance again. Amishi would just be fighting for his survival. So I believe that the party has lost focus. The main reason that I discovered in the party is that most of the leaders believe that yes, what is important to us is what we can get from the party, because we are in government, and not what we can give to the party. That I feel exceptions. Those people who really love the party and want the party to do well, and actually wanted to serve. But the people who want to get something from the party are more than people who want to give something to the party. So, and that is the problem that that's the problem that we had in the party, and that is the problem they still have in the party. So I don't see them surviving this problem unless some miracles happen.
In that case, what's your relationship with President Jonathan? That's one. Oh, sorry, with Chief Obasanjo.
We are very close friends. Both of us are out of office. So we are Nigerians. So yes, we are close.
Any possibility of working together politically?
If there is cause for that, we will work together. I mean, if he agrees that maybe my views on what politics should be are superior to his own views, I believe that if you are in power, God has ordained that you be in that power, and that you are there to live up to the words of your manifesto to serve the people. So if President Obasanjo discovers that that is the way things should go in Nigeria, and you are not in power for self-aggrandizement, and if people allow him to realize that serving Nigeria for such a long time was a privilege given by God. It was a privilege. I mean, he has been able to serve Nigeria at the highest position for 11.5 years. 3.5 years before, 8 years after. I don't see anybody surpassing that. So if he sees that that is a privilege from God, then he will see that the only thing he can do is just to serve the people and not to flaunt his power.
He's been wooing you.
No, he's not been wooing me. We have been talking.
Okay. Can you let us peep into your discussions?
We talk generally, maybe on a lot of human things. I mean, there was a time he was putting pressure for me to come to PDP. That did not materialize. After that, we now started releasing as brothers. I mean, and we share the same concern for the generality of Nigerians. We are asking ourselves, why can't Nigerians feed themselves? Maybe because of the fact that both of us share some background on the agriculture. I mean, the last debate was why should garri be more expensive than rice? And he has gone far. He has seen the policies in other places, but unfortunately, he was not up to put those policies in here when he was here. So maybe if he has another opportunity, or really Nigeria, maybe he will be able to be a better person now, be a better president, who will care more for the people than for himself.
Did he ever admit that?
We never discuss it.
Yes, sir. Let me please take you quickly back to the PDP. The PDP has lost focus.
Yes.
How do you think the party can be rescued? Because the PDP is at the federal level, and whatever troubles PDP partly troubles Nigeria.
That is true. You see, individuals make nations. Maybe one day the good people in PDP will outnumber the bad ones. I'm sure that that was the focus of Bamanga Tuko when he came in, but he did not know the uphill task he was going to face. I give you an example. At that time, we were trying to go back to PDP. We had congresses here in Nigeria State. But somehow, somewhere, somebody provided 30 million naira to go and change the result of the congresses. Of course, the person who could the money also lost out. So, and that is the issue. And it was done by an executive that left. So, Bamanga Tuko's executive found in their report that the Congress of Oyo State was good, that there was nothing wrong with it. So for him now to say, I want to change it, you know, our people, we are very fast at going to court. Irrespective of whether it is good for the party or it's not good for the party, we are very good at going to court. So they will go to court, the court will say, they have followed the law because that is the report that is before the court. So it's a difficult thing, but maybe God will be kind to us one day in Nigeria that the people who want good things will be more than the people who want bad things.
So people thought that before the time that you and the former governor and your former deputy, your successor in office, Oladoja and Akala, you came together around June this year and you put up a committee to form a kind of a synergy between the group and the wow, up to now, the members of the public are still waiting for the outcome of that committee.
More so, sir, you gave that committee, that panel, you gave it a month term limit. What has stalled the outcome of that committee's work?
Well, I mean, it happened when my brother, my junior brother, that is the former governor of Oyo State, who was also my former deputy governor, approached me to say, can we work together? And incidentally, we didn't even discuss what happened in 2003 to 2007 again. Just as people ask me whether Oladoja and I discussed what happened before. I mean, it's done. That is I always believe that you use, I mean, what yesterday, you live yesterday with yesterday. You only learn from that one to project for tomorrow. So we didn't discuss again what happened during our tenure together. We just approached to say, can we work together? I said, why not? I mean, if it is for the benefit of the people of Oyo State. All along, the only thing I wanted to achieve in my life is that I should work for the benefit of the people of Oyo State. So, and they said, yes, you can work out something. He said, you know, your party is not very strong in some areas of Oyo State. I said, yes, of course. A party of 2 months at the time of election cannot expect it to be strong in all parts of Oyo State. We have to concentrate in where we felt that our assets will give us results. So, and we set up a committee to see how we can work together. But you know, in politics, personal interest also comes into it. I believe that Mario feels that today, since we are not ready to go to PDP, because we made it clear that we are not going to PDP. And he is not ready to get out of PDP. Maybe because he gets privileges there. Our party, we have no patronage to give. PDP has a lot of patronage in all of Nigeria. In fact, up to our economic zone, that is up to 200 miles into the sea. We have opportunities there, so maybe he feels that he cannot forgo those opportunities to come to a party that has got nothing to offer now. So maybe that's why he has not yet made up his mind. The committee asked us for an extension. I said, why not? I mean, grant them extension until they are ready to submit their report. After all, we have not, nothing has changed. we go on with our own mobilization where we are weak. We are trying to strengthen ourselves, and maybe also during that time we wanted to use that opportunity to right some of the wrongs he made. I mean, particularly I read in the report that Alabi could not see him, and they said, whether it is true or not, I don't know, that he has learned his lessons. So I don't know whether that was true or not. So maybe he's using that opportunity, and maybe after he might have done all those ones, he can decide that he will come back to force the talk. So I do not know, but as far as I'm concerned, our doors are open.
The committee that's in Senator.
Yes.
Excellency, sir, how can you assess the just concluded Anambra election? And then, do you still have the confidence in Jega's led
Well, the election of Anambra, we have to look at it from various angles. One, we have to look at it from the angle of even the ruling party at the national level. A situation where the candidate of the ruling party did not materialize until about a week to the election. We have to understand that something must be fishy there. And that basically again back to the actors in PDP, which means that they cannot sincerely conduct a primary that you can trust. There are various court cases. It was anti-Uba, it was another person, it was another person. And finally they now said that it wasn't worth it. So there is that problem at the gladiators level to start with. And as somebody said that don't save Nigeria because PDP is in power, and whatever they do affects Nigeria. So whatever happens to PDP also reflects on Nigeria. So the election, I don't know, I don't have details of what might have gone wrong there, but I only knew that they said that the first time it was inconclusive, and therefore some areas were going to be redone. But as usual, the opposition wakes up suddenly and come together. At that time, all the other candidates now come up to say, no, we will not allow. I don't really understand what the gas problem might have been, because you have to understand that the gas cannot be in every produce. The guy might mean well, and I believe that he means well, because you remember that they told us that a lot of double or triple or multiple rejection were cancelled. I was told that they pasted the list, but many people did not go there to check whether their names are there or not. So I believe that by and large, to use the language of the election, that it has to be substantially. No, it has to be substantially compliant, not totally compliant. So if the guy feels that it was substantially compliant, then maybe you can give him the benefit of that. But I still believe that the guy means well for Nigeria.
Sir,
let me
follow up
on that, please. Follow up on that, sir. Do you see him conducting a free and fair election come 2015?
I think so.
Okay.
You see why I say I think so is that he also has a name to protect. He has a name to protect. And so far, we have not been able to say that he's dancing to anybody's tune. Okay. But if he was to be dancing to anybody's tune, I mean, I'm sure that PDP will have been the winner always. Because it was nominated by the president but approved by the Senate. The president was a PDP, the Senate was PDP, but he knows that he was supposed to be an arbiter a referee. So I believe that, let me tell you, Nigeria is a difficult place, very difficult. I've told you now the story of the Oyo State Congress and what Tuko met on the ground. It was not done by Tuko, but it is his executive that is now facing the problem. So these are the problems. I mean, problems will always occur, but if all of us Nigerians agree that this thing is right, then we will not do anything that is wrong. But unfortunately, when they do something that is even illegal, something that is even criminal, you will say it's playing politics. What type of politics is that? Or they say that is politics. Politics where you have no rules again. So this is it. So and our legal system also permits us to do that.
So as a stakeholder, sir,
Yeah.
what's your advice for Jega?
I try to stick to what he thinks is right. And that is, he is trying to give us now permanent voters registration, which has been due for a long time. I mean, in other countries, what you have a central population office where all bars and deaths are registered, and when you are 18, the age of election in some cases is 16, your name passes straight away to the voters register. So, but here, the population office, I don't know what their own job is, maybe only to count people and give us statistics. You have and they are in every place, so they are also in the local government.
Yeah. Yes.
You have the INEC that feel that they have to do their own registration, whereas if it has been possible for us to have the same register, one register, maybe it would have been better. I mean, and you know how long we have been trying to have a national identity card. But if you have national identity card, maybe we will not need the voters register. We will not need the voters card. Because your details are there. So I believe that somehow the girl will survive.
Follow up to this question too. Some people are already calling for a revisit to Justice Uwe's electoral committee report.
To Justice?
Uwe's committee report on electoral reform.
Yes.
So as a veteran politician, sir, what's your take? Most of you are approaching 2015. Do we really need it again?
Let me tell you one thing. We are very, very impatient in Nigeria. We are very impatient. How many amendments are there added to the Constitution in America? Since 1776. How many amendments are there added? But here, every government wants to amend. We don't even give ourselves opportunity to try. We went from parliamentary democracy to presidential democracy. So, and all that within the space of 1960 to today. And out of that one, how many years were military years? We had another military. We had the military from 66 to 79. Okay. Then we had another one from 83 to 99. The one from 1922 to 1983 was a diarchy. And yes, every time we get there, we want to amend. So I think we should be patient. We should allow us to see whether we can make it work. But once there is one thing, we want it to be reviewed. So I don't think that we are serious academic because maybe we have suspicion of everything. We should give ourselves a chance to trust the other party.
Your Excellency, in the section, under chapter 2, section 13, so section 1 of the Federal of the Constitution, it is said that the government, perhaps the government shall draw its powers from the people.
Yes.
So let's now.
You don't need to say it. I mean, that is the essence of
democracy.
Fine, which is the essence of
yes.
Now let's now come to the area that really borders on the people themselves, because it is obvious that there is disconnection between leadership and followership. And this disconnection, the way it is being observed, if care is not taken, there are maybe two things, one or two things, revolution or the other. So now, what I am now saying is that if you look at it, would you say that you are satisfied, although you were not allowed to concentrate on perhaps to really bring out what you wanted to bring in power when you were there? But I'm not talking nationally now, the whole place. Because when we look at President Yar'Adua, because people say price of rice that has gone up. People are saying it is taking this government 3 months.
It's not because of what I said that the price of rice
I'm even coming.
because I said, as I told you, we discovered President Oladoja and I discovered that rice was cheaper.
Yes. Yes. But I am now making this case.
We went further to say the farmer in Thailand that planted the rice made his money. The man who bought it to process made his money. The man who bought it to export made his money. He transported it from the farm to the port. From the milling machine to the port. He transported it from the port. He transported it from that country to Nigeria. In Bangkok, we are to Nigeria, Thailand to Nigeria. He transported it from Bangkok to Nigeria, maybe a 6 weeks journey by sea. The ship made its money. The people who cleared it from the port made their money and even paid their duty. And yet with all these additions, it was still cheaper for us to get it in the market than Gary that goes from my farm to my processing. So we have problem. We have problem. So that is what we are saying. It's not that we are saying that it should increase. And the answer to that problem is not increasing duty neither. The answer to bring it, the answer is in bringing down the price of garlic, not in increasing the price of rice artificially by increasing the duty. We have not said that if we stop importation of garlic of rice today, are we going to be able to survive? Can we live without rice, without imported rice? So our choice will be to increase our production, bring down our own price of production, and then make it unattractive to import rice. And that is by making it naturally unattractive, not by making it artificially unattractive by jacking up the duty. So this is the problem. Because if you jack up the duty, all you are doing is to encourage more spending.
Okay, sir, I want to just your state, please. I think we should exhaust the issue of the panel that was raised by the Accord as well as Akala's faction of PDP.
Yes.
Would you say it was Akala that botched that attempt? One, because speaking with some of his followers, they said Oladoja's Accord has been going on a mobilization drive whereby most of their followers are getting into the Accord camp, and as such they are saying that is a breach of trust that you had trying to come together. That's one question. The second question, sir, is that with this committee adjourning Synodi, does this show any seriousness? Because when the idea of collaboration between both of you came, people felt a number. We are on the field. A number of people felt, oh, this is it. That a possible challenger of the present APC government is here, given the clout you have in Ibadan and a few other places, and his own control of his Ogbomoso base. If you adjoin Synodi, does it show seriousness to really take power from this APC, sir? Two questions.
Okay. The first thing is, what is our objective? Objective is to win election. If our objective in politics is to win election, then both of us must show that willingness to win election. We felt that today we cannot trust the PDP leadership either at the national level at the state level. We cannot. I mean, that is what has happened in the past. As it has been happening a long time ago. I mean, change of candidates is one of the crucial things, because if the will of the people will not be respected by the party itself, then where is democracy? That is, people say that PDP is more in the issue of internet democracy. So we have that one. We want to work with Oladoja and his group, but they cannot ask us to fold our arms when they are not able to make up their mind, and we know that we are not going to. So the only option that was left for them was to come to accord. As they were not ready to come to accord, so we should fold our arms when we know that PDP in Oyo State have at least 3 or 4 factions. So we should concentrate on talking to one faction, while maybe the other factions are consolidating. We do not have under the fact that we should stop mobilization. We do not. What we said was that we are going to adjourn our registration exercise so as to accommodate whoever of them wanted to come to court. We did not say that we are going to stop mobilization. And when we go out to, if we know that, even if you are a member of you are in a Kala group, and we come to you, they say, come and join our party. The only thing that we say, we expect you to say that, yes, of course, after all, we have been talking. I mean, our group is talking already with you. But that also shows whether they also trust their leadership. So that is it. Maybe their leadership also is not in tune with their followership. We know what we want. We know what we want. We want to win election in Oyo State.
Sir, are you going to be part of the
Please, we have not yet finished. So we want to win election here. So we have gone all out to mobilize people, to let them see the reason why they should come to our party. So if we have stopped, we are not getting any board appointments. Since we have started talking, they have been getting board appointments. Are we sure that it's not actually to even tell the people in Abuja that we have a choice if we don't play our game? Are we sure? Because if they have come in, since that time they have released their board appointment and like that I can't group got about 70% of it. On recent again, they have been jostling for ministerial position. Of course, I was the first person to make a case that Oyo State should have been the only one that got two ministers. Because as I mentioned it to President Obasanjo, I said, look, with the ministerial appointments and with the party appointments, you have done something that the Yorubas will say, Yorubas say that ọdẹ tó pẹ̀lú tó ṣe tuntun kò ṣe tó padà ṣe fún mi ni o. The last election in the whole of the Southwest, the place that PDP could jolly well say they had any chance at all was Oyo State. I said the only senator that comes from the Southwest in PDP is from Oyo State. That's Osia Agbola. Only one. Out of 18. The only, that is 5 out of 6 senators, out of 6 House of Reps come from Oyo State. The other one came from Ondo State. I said, what did you give us? A mere Minister of State for Federal Capital Territory, which I call a mini deputy governor. And That is at the ministerial level. Whereas Ogun State, I told him, I said, Ogun State, your state, you put 2 ministers there, the 2 biggest ministers. Minister of Foreign Affairs, a ministry that must not close its door. They cannot close their door because when you are waking up in China, you are sleeping in Nigeria, or you are sleeping in Ghana. So the Ghana wants to speak to you. When the Chinese people wake up, they want to speak to you. So you cannot close your door. I said the other one is agriculture, which covers all of us in Nigeria. Nigeria was living on agriculture for so many years before we discovered oil. I said so, and I said, yeah, you give us. I said, do I want to go and live in Abuja, or how does it really affect the people of Oyo State? Of course, if patronages come from my party, maybe it can come to us, or maybe something, but it cannot directly affect our. It cannot directly affect our lives here. So I told him that. So if anything, now they are not just going for 2 ministerial positions. They want the second one, based on the thesis that if PDP had any chance, it can only come from Oyo State. Is it Ogun State where they have maybe 3 or 4 House of Assembly, no House of Rep, no Senator, no Governor? Or Osun State where they don't even have 1 House of Assembly, no House of Rep, no Senator? Or Ekiti where they have only 2 House of Assembly? On where they have only 1 House of Assembly, 1 House of Rep? So these are the things. So we know what we are talking about. So it's not that we don't want to, but you see, as I said, you cannot distinguish between individuals and the group. The individuals today, they feel that we stand very good chance of getting another ministerial slot. Yes, it's for your state. You will say it's for your state, but me, it's not as important as winning election here. Because even if it is I would rather want to contribute to my quota to the national level than to say that other people should go and do it and just give me the crumbs. I want to be in a position that I could argue on the floor that this is what we also put, this is what we put into the kitty. From there we must get something. So that is the difference between politicians. So we believe that our focus is winning our election. They feel that they have opportunity of getting patronage because they control the federal government. So that is why we cannot wait for them. So it is not we who stopped. I mean, of course, you will have seen that even some of them are joining us. In fact, a member of the committee on their side had even joined us. So it's ongoing. Maybe by the time all of them join us, then we will have achieved our objective. And we feel that the way we are going, by the grace of God, we will manipulate.
Your Excellency, sir, are you coming out to contest for governorship in your state?
Are you a member of my party?
I'm not a member.
So, when is election?
2015.
So this is what year is this one? Are you sure that you'll be alive in 2015? Or am I sure I'm going to be alive in 2015?
We pray you will be. We pray you will be.
And so when we get to the bridge, you will cross it. Today, there is agitation in my party that I should contest. But and I told them that, look, if that is your wish, when the time comes, I will accede. But today, what is most important to us, because we told our people that, look, for now, go and bury your ambition. What is in the ground now is for us to mobilize and put ourselves in a position that we can win the election. Because once you allow ambitions to start crisscrossing, you will lose focus about the mobilization. So now what we are doing now is we are mobilizing for our party. We tell our people what our party stands for. And what do they stand for? We start for service to the people. So, and that goes further to what we believe in. That we believe that our job in governance is to serve the people. So, and we must serve them with everything we have in ourselves, our brains, our strength must go to that. So asking me to judge them, I mean, you know that we give them all opportunities to succeed. They approached us to assist in governance, and we are seated. They are the ones who broke the pact. They are the ones who sent us away. So what is so if you feel that they are comfortable with what is happening and you feel that that is they are doing what the people want, of course, I mean, good luck to them. But if I start judging them now, they will say, oh, Oladoja doesn't say anything good in us. I mean, just as it was being said in 1990, 2003, so it's pray to God that God will show them the way.
Excellency, what is the position of your legislators in the House now? And secondly, what is your view?
Which house? Because we are strong in two houses.
For your state House of Assembly.
Okay, House of Assembly. Because we also have House of Rep.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Then in 2015, towards having free and fair election, there has been in this option of electronic voting. What is your view on that? These are two questions.
The first one, House of Assembly. The 176. Because we disputed two, which we could not secure because of the 180 days time limit. So we could not secure it because of the 180 days time limit. So out of the 7, we lost one. But we didn't lose it, actually. What happened was that the facts that were not known to us at the time of the election came out. One of our candidates was accused of murder. It was in the papers. And it came to tell me that they told him that if he changes to their party, they will not prosecute him again. Which to me is impossible. I mean, if you committed a sin as big as murder, you should be made to face the music. Then we now weigh the option. If he said resist, they will take him to court, a state court, who can refuse him bail. And after 180 days, they will praise that he has not. I mean, he cannot serve 180 days in the house in a year. Therefore, the seat will be declared. So we weighed the option. I said, okay, if you must go, go. I mean, I know that your mind is not there, but you are going there because of the exigencies of the situation. So that's the only one we lost. So we still have 6 members in the House of Assembly, and we are comfortable with that. Electronic voting. I don't see any reason that we cannot adopt it if it works in other places. If it works in other places, maybe that will even reduce the problem of electoral malpractices. Because nowadays, you can vote here and somebody can record it in another place. Why it is being recorded here, you can maybe in other places you can also be recording it. So the figures must tally. So I don't have any particular objection to it. In fact, I want us to even go a bit further. If you can do all our elections in one day, what will happen? All our House of Assembly, House of Reps, Senate, Governor, President. What will happen? They just give us a booklet of five papers, maybe of 5 different colors, and then they say, and then they put 5 boxes there. You vote for president, you put it there. You vote for this one, you put it there. You vote. I mean, after all, we are doing 2 together now. House of Assembly and House of and the Governor. We are doing House of Rep and Senate also together. So I don't see why we cannot do it together, because in that time, we can now reflect the thinking and the wishes of people. So there will be no question of bandwagon effect. So it's not. I mean, I have no problem with electronic voting if it can be made to make our electoral process more credible. And I also wish to see all the elections as they want to be.
Sir, elections are...
It is cheaper also.
Yeah.
Because instead of bringing out the same people 3 times come and conduct elections, you are now just doing it at one time, and it's going to be cheaper. Maybe the result will be delayed by about maybe 1 hour or 2 hours, but that's not there.
So what about the authentication of vote candidates by party agents? That won't be possible with electronic voting.
At least you can see how many people come to vote, and the result will be there to say that this is a pattern of voting. Yes. I mean, and if at the time they can verify that you are the correct person who comes to vote. Your voter's card is there, the register is there also to see whether it is Raaheed or Oladoja, and this picture is also there.
Sir, Tuesday is getting closer. Elections coming. And the Olubadan throne is also getting closer to you. If for any reason,
Inshallah.
if for any reason the two come at the same time, which one will be your priority, sir?
Let me get to that bridge.
F1 story, sir.
What is there in that one? What is the story in that one? I mean, one has got a date, the other one is God's date. God, I mean, and again, you know, God has not made coming to the world first come, first out. It's not as we come in that we go out. So who tells you that I cannot die before the Olubadan?
We are just assuming that if the situation arose, what would you do?
You see, by the grace of God, I am an engineer. We look at those things that are solid, feasible. We are not permitted to. When we dream, the dream is to be able to realize it on the ground. We are not allowed to go on speculating forever and ever. So, by the grace of God, I will become the Olubadan land.
Inshallah.
So, and as I said, governorship is not an ambition for me. It's not an ambition. I've been governor. I did my best. I'm still living in the mind of people that I touched their lives. I mean, you meet some teachers and say, "Oh, sir, it's only your time I become the principal." I said, "No, I didn't set out to make you principal. But my focus at that time was that child that must be educated. And I know that it can only be educated in a good atmosphere. If there are 80 in the class, 100 in the class, you cannot give him any good education." I said, "We must have 30. If there are 5,000, 6,000 in the school, the principal cannot control it." I said, "This is a school, it's not a university. The principal should be able to know nearly all his pupils." I said, then we said that there will be 450 pupils per school. So therefore, the school that has got 4,500 pupils. We now have 10 schools here, so they must have principals, they must have vice principals. So that's how it came about. I even told him, I said, "Look, maybe if I thought about what it was going to cost, making a lot of principals out of you, maybe I would not have even started it." I said, "But I'm convinced that that child needed good education, and that was what our objective is, not you becoming the president." So it's an opportunity to be able to serve, and I'm grateful to God that I still record people still record me in their minds, and that is what governance is all about.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
I have two questions.
He will take every question.
It's not even 12:30. And
He will take every question.
Be prepared.
Yes.
He will take
Just
every
the
question.
continuation of the answer you just gave now.
Yes.
The policy has been cancelled.
Which policy?
The policy you gave as regards to the school, that in every school you should be 30 in a class.
Yes.
What is your take on this?
Good question.
It's a very bad thing to have cancelled. Because I know that America is now striving to have 15 per class. So having 30 per class is what I enjoyed. when I was in school. So if we cannot make progress, let us stay where we were. I left school. I left secondary school in 1963. I left HSU in 1965. And in HSU we were 25 in class. So why should I not be able to, if I cannot stay, if I cannot improve on that one, why can't I stay on that one? So anybody that does anything is not knowing exactly the damage is doing to the lives of the people. We are rewarded. With all the crises that we were said to be facing at that time, we came second in Subeb, second to Katsina. We were rewarded. Because with the song that was the objective. Because when we came in, I went to Subeb, I said, look, the money you have for advocacy, please add it to my money for infrastructure. I said, because we don't preach to the converted. I said, there's nobody in Oyo State that doesn't know that it's good to take his child to school. What they don't have desk, they don't have. So let me add that money to pay that one. So it's anybody that does not think that the education of a child should be his priority is not free to rule anywhere in the world. If I have my opportunity, I will still do the same thing, and I will even try to see whether we can even bring it down more. Since the time we employed about 4,500 teachers, no other teachers have been employed in that time. So we know that our objective is to serve those people. And the difference between two governors, let me tell you, is just the choice of priorities. If you go and take the manifesto of all the parties, they say the same thing. So the difference between a governor and another one is just the choice of priorities, because you cannot do everything. You have to choose which one you want to do. If I want to build an edifice so that they can put my name on it to say this building was completed by built by Oladoja, so be it. But if I want to record myself in the minds of the people, so be it.
So talking about the priorities of two governors,
yes,
you are reluctant to assess your successor in the person of Ajimobi. But that regime, yes, but that
to be subjective.
Yes, but that regime has been throwing barbs at Oladoja, saying that he's a dreamer and not an actualizer. What's your take on that? That because they are attributed
let me tell you one
the
thing.
bridge, the
Let me tell you
bridge.
one thing.
Yes.
The first thing any governor should do is to be able to dream. If you are not able to dream, then you cannot actualize it. So if your job is to think you can actualize a dream of another person, you will do it wrongly, and that is what is happening to them. They knew that we dreamt that we are going to have an barrel bridge at Bakoda Asongo. Of course, it was a dream, but they didn't ask us, how did you see the dream? And so they have done bad job of our dream. So it's better for you to dream so that you can actualize it, rather than to say this person has dreamt. Therefore, even if it's relating the dream to you, he cannot tell you. He may not even know all the details, or the details he might have played out by the thought is minute, unimportant. Maybe that is the most important part of the dream. So we are happy that they agree that we are dreamers, but we dream and we actualize, and it's not supposed to be only one time that you have to do. It's not immediately that you have to dream that you must actualize it. You bought the dream, it's in the cupboard. When the time comes, you take it out, you actualize it. So there's nothing bad in being a dreamer. So, we dreamt by the force of us saying we wanted to dualize Makola Ojo. We realized it. We dreamt we wanted to dualize the whole road. We realized it. We dreamt we are going to do the circular road around the Ibadan. We started the realization before we left, before it was cancelled. We dreamt that we are going to have 30 pupils per class. We had it. I mean, so dreams are the things that we must start with. We dreamt that we are going to revolutionize agriculture. We brought in a tractor assembly plant at Elele. Only on the promise that we are going to be buying 100 tractors a year. Not just going to bring tractors that are useless to our people. So you have to dream. If you don't dream, then you cannot realize. So they don't dream, that is the problem.
Your Excellency, sir, that brings me to this question. That, there have been series of allegations concerning your certificate by the opposition group.
No.
It's no issue.
What happened was that, oh God, I want to talk about it. So what is there that I said, I know that bridge is not what we dreamt. I said, and they also realized that the bridge they have done does not conform to today's realities. I said that we dreamt to have a better bridge than Malete Bridge there, which was Zua carriageway, 2 lanes to go, 2 lanes to come back. And that the Malete Bridge was built when it was when the biggest truck was 15 tons, 911. Now, trucks carrying cement, trailers carrying cement, carrying granite of 40 tons are passing through, and yet they are not sinking. That this bridge, before it was even commissioned, they discovered errors of design in it. And that's why they put a bar across it. I said, so, then they said, without Oladoja's certificate as an engineer. Of course, Dr. Elijah did a good job out of it by answering them. So let us leave it like that. So go and read what Dr. Elijah said about it.
Sir, mine are 2 questions. First one has to do with your experience while you were at the saddle. Yes. It has to do with development of your state.
Yes.
Particularly the contribution of Oladoja Investment Company to the growth of your state.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to use your experience while in the office and access whether Oladoja Investment Company is still relevant to the situation of things in the growth of your state today.
It is still relevant.
Okay, so you must have gotten your reasons.
You see, it's still relevant because if you look at Oladoja, it's like a USA. It's a conglomerate. They have assets. So, since that time you have seen that they are bringing good things to Governol. Look at the stores they are building. Look at the way they have published the payment affairs. They are bringing good things. And that is what they are doing all over the states where they are. So it is relevant. So it is good. I mean, what do you want to do with it? To cancel it and throw them away? No. It's a basis that is a basis for development of the place. You know that in the days gone by, nearly all the factories, not all the industries were promoted by government. The cement factory was promoted by government. The cocoa industry was promoted by government. The Ikeja industrial area was set up by government. So government is supposed to be a promoter of business. So there's nothing bad in it. So I'm sure that if we have an opportunity, we will revigorate it. And I think very good job.
So the second question is on enlightenment. You are a very busy person, a successful businessman, and a politician. How do you manage your career?
You have time for whatever you want to get done. You see, my coming into politics is because I felt that there was a need for those of us who feel that we can contribute to come out. People used to think that politics is for the drops out. We want to tell them that it's not supposed to be so. The best brains should come to politics. Because if not, the people that are there will still rule you. If you allow a brainless person to come and rule you, then what is the essence of God giving you that brains? So this is the reason why some of us come to politics. We believe that, well, I mean, if we can now come in, whereby politics is not our bread and butter, then we can start politics of principles. That's why it's not possible for us to jump from one party to another. That's why it's not possible for us to say, yes, I mean, this is where the patronage is highest. So that is it. So it's not or anything that I mean, I know that my days in politics will be numbered. If I become governor, I will leave the place in 8 years maximum. So should that be the end of my contribution to people's lives? So that's why I have to continue in my business, and I even have to look at those areas that I can manage in my old age. So these are the areas that have been fascinating to me. So you find time for anything you want to find time for out of nothing.
Okay, sir. Thank you
Yes,
very much.
sir. Finally, where do you see Nigeria?
How do you see that?
From me,
I want
sir.
you.
Where do you see Nigeria beyond 2015?
Well, I know one thing. God is in Nigeria. God loves Nigeria so much. Whatever crisis we get into, we get access out. And at the same time, He still blesses us. We have faced it before. The problem we have today is not as much as what we had in 1966. You know, in fact, the problem we have today is more than what it's more than what we had in 1966. And yet, we suffered in the wilderness of the military from 66 to 79 in the first instance, and the respect of 4 years and another sojourn of 8 years. No more than 8 years. 83 to
99
to 93. 83 to 93. Another 10 years.
But not even 3 months.
Which you mean the second term?
Should I
The
come?
presidency was not actualized.
And that's it now. Which presidency?
in 1993.
1993.
To 1993, yes. But then, yes, and then, no, in fact, let's say that it's even 1983 to 1999. So you can imagine how much we have spent in the wilderness. So we will, not like the children of Israel, we will also survive.
To round off on my own part
And
too.
God will see us through. Because until every Nigerian can be sure of their daily bread, we have not got a country.
To round up from my own part too, sir. There are talks in the media and speculations that President Jonathan is talking with you, with Labour Party, and some other groups in the Southwest towards realizing his ambition.
I said it is a speculation. And the last time I saw President Jonathan was when I was trying to go back to PDP. And that was before May 2012.
So he hasn't made an overture to you?
So far, no.
You will not take it, sir, that the issue of your going to PDP is a foreclosed issue.
Yes, for now, yes.
For now,
Yes.
I
I mean, people are dynamic. I mean, if God grants the prayers of all of us and get good people to manage the PDP, then I mean, there's no reason why I cannot join them. But so far, in the foreseeable future, because as far as I'm concerned, Tuko is a good man. Because it means well for the country. But how far can it go? So that is it. So that's why I say for now. But I can just say that for now, because our past divergent for now. I mean, if we become convergent, we work together.
Finally, from my side.
Finally.
That's better. Everybody.
You have not spoken because each time you travel, many things, great things do happen in your absence. No, you are not around. When you are not around, for instance.
Yes, for example.
National conference is the issue. What is your view of the national conference? Do you see it as leading us to anywhere?
National conference, the way I see it today, will not lead us anywhere. Because, man, we are going to be clouded with politics. Why is it that, I mean, if Jega must give us 6 months before election, it means that he must give us notice, and if election will take place, I don't know, maybe some people are saying 6 months, 4 months. Let's say it's going to take place 6 months before November. It means that the guy must give us notice 1 year before election. And once notice is given, the race starts. So anything they do at the conference will be towards achieving a privilege at the 2015 election. So I do not really see this conference been as thorough as it would have been if it has taken place, if it has started in January 2012. Thereby they will have had at least 1 year of not thinking about politics to deliberate upon. And let's again ask ourselves, do we really need the conference? What is the essence of the conference? We are saying that to be sovereign, but that it cannot be sovereign or whatever it is. If you have anything, have we been able to present it to the National Assembly?
The patriots are saying we don't need it.
Who are the patriots? How many patriots also? It's the fact that you describe yourself something does not mean that you are more patriotic than me. I'm a patriot also. I don't want anything to happen to Nigeria. I want Nigeria to be strong. I want Nigeria to be able to stand up in the Committee of Nations. I want Nigeria to be proud of ourselves. So I want every good thing for Nigeria. I'm a patriot. But we really, is it not just a distraction? Because now, maybe they are going to submit the report at the end of this month, the report of the committee to advise the president.
They are waiting for GJ.
Hmm?
They are waiting for the president.
So they are going to submit it like this month. So the president will say, okay, go ahead. Before they constitute the guy will have rung his bell. The election is time for election, and then we now start running. So, but in some cases, I even thought that maybe it was a distraction meant. I thought it was a distraction meant to take away the minds of people from the crisis PDP started. The crisis of G7. Maybe it was just a distraction to, because at that time, the only thing everybody was talking about in Nigeria was about G7 PDP. So maybe it's a distraction designed to give us something else to think about. Because they are going to have a problem of how they are going to choose the delegates. And it still comes to the same thing. We are never satisfied with ourselves. We always want changes. And we have not been giving ourselves an opportunity to understand what we have put in place before we want it to be changed. So I think that is what we are.
Let's also grant our ladies a slot to ask a question.
Sir, they want to.
Sir, I want to actually ask about the issue of multi-party system we are practicing in Nigeria.
Yes.
How can we actually actualize our dream through a multi-party system in Nigeria, sir? What do you feel about it?
All the democracies in the world have multi-party. If not, you have imposition. If not, you have imposition. The fact that two parties come out major in most of these democracies does not mean that they started with two parties. In America, you have the Democrats and you have the Republicans. So if other parties are not strong enough, they will fizzle out. So, but it's not for not giving chance to everybody to do what to have his own party if it's so likes. After all, it's not the only one. It's not the one that is going to vote himself in. If you, in England, it is the Labour and the Labour and the Conservatives. In Nigeria, it has now become in Nigeria, it's becoming PDP, ACN, CPC, and Accord at the national level. Is that not so? Yes, at the national level. In fact, at the state level also, we have 3 parties. We have 3 parties. And personalities make parties. Party is not it's people who make parties. So it's not the party does not make itself. So in Oyo State we have 3 parties: PDP, ACN, and Accord. ACN just transformed its name to ACN.
Gentlemen, I think we are drawing the curtain at this point.
Yes, thank you.